Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's a quick update on the Triumph Tiger GT 900. I've now done about 1100 miles on the bike. It went in for its 600 mile service. That cost me £60. No major problems there. And you know, the bike is going really well. It just handles superb. It's one of the best bikes I've ever ridden. And from people that are riding it, and my mates and things like that, they're really impressed with how the bike handles and how it delivers power and all that good stuff. A couple of points on it. Yeah, the heated grips, they're not that great. Anything below sort of 5 degrees Celsius, it just doesn't have any effect, especially if you're wearing thick gloves like you would do in winter. I've had a word with Triumph about that. They say that the grips are within the parameters that they set, and they can't put a firmware update on it to make it hotter. So, and apparently this is a problem with Triumph heated grips across the range. So that's that. Everything else is fine. The Space Invader TFT screen is typically unreadable other than the miles per hour, but generally speaking it's okay. It does the job. It'd be nice if they did a firmware update on that where you just got a normal revs and mile per hour clock. That would be really good for Triumph to do that, you know, so you can go back to people that recognize that as a visual interface to understand the various data such as miles per hour and RPM, etc., and fuel and temperature and all that good stuff. Problem is, it looks a bit like a Space Invader machine. However, I've added a few things, and I'm now going to flip over to the other video that shows you a couple of additions that I've made to the Triumph in readiness for going touring, which I do on a regular basis, and we'll take it from there. Let's go over to the next video. Well, here we go. Right, let's have a look around the bike at what additions I've put onto the bike. The main one really is this rack and the Pannier. These are the Triumph Pannier, and they're really good. Usually they cost a fortune, and they're so easy to take on and off, but they do usually cost a fortune. But from Staffordshire Triumph I ended up buying the two Pannier and the rack for a total of £550. I thought that was a cracking deal. This is a top box that I've always had. It's always been great for me, and that's the mount that Triumph gave me which is the normal jivvy mount. So that's about that. That costs about £165. Why it costs £165, I haven't got a clue. Anyway, £550 for the rack and the two Pannier. Very easy to fit, very easy. Next addition is the TomTom. Second hand off Facebook Marketplace, £170, and it's in perfect condition, works beautifully. Updated it via the Wi-Fi and everything works absolutely perfect. It's got world maps on it as well. Absolutely perfect. 170 quid. They should be about £300 new, 320 quid new. Next edition, Fender Extender. Now, Fender Extenders normally cost about £25, and they're usually about that long, and they usually look like they're made of carbon. They're absolutely useless. I got this one off eBay for less than £6 and screwed it on, and absolutely wonderful. This really does stop the crap from going up here, which is great. Highly recommended for £6. If you need any help on fitting it, just give me a shout and I'll tell you how to do it best. Next edition, Scott Oiler. I've had a couple of Scott Oilers in the past before, but this is the electronic one. This one doesn't work off the vacuum. I think it's the V or the X, and it's absolutely wonderful. Again, off Facebook Marketplace. This cost me £100 including postage and packaging, and normally they retail at 230 quid. These people, they just buy things and they don't use them, and you know, it's just, you know, it's just what it is. Oh, by the way, the heated grips, they're still useless, still absolutely useless. But I've had a word with Triumph about that, and you know, see if they can do anything with the firmware upgrade. All they just say is it's within the parameters of Triumph, so that's going nowhere, which is really sad, really. Really sad. So now the bike's getting to a point where, you know, it's nearly ready for touring. I can't wait to go out when it just gets a bit warmer. Maybe I'll go to the Far East and never come back, simply because living in the UK is far too expensive. And most of this was funded, most of the bike was funded by my bonus that I got from work, which is grateful. And because I got a bonus, I only got a 3.5% pay rise, which is shocking, especially when inflation's really about 22%. Yeah, it's not 10% like the government are claiming, it's 22%. Is there anything else I've added onto it? No, I don't think so. There we are. It's still a brilliant bike. I'm sure I'm not putting my seat on right. That doesn't look great. If you've got any advice, just let me know. I'm not sure what's happening there. It just doesn't seem to look like it's fitting correctly. Give me a shout. Leave a comment below on that matter. Right, back to the main video. Well, I hope you found this this video useful. If you did, subscribe and like. There'll be plenty more this coming spring or summer on the GT900, and everything should be quite good. I think I'm going to be doing a couple of camping trips. I'm going to be going abroad into Europe. I'm very tempted with the economic situation of the UK to ride down to the Far East and stay there for a few years. What's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on me shooting off for a few years to the Far East and going and living there for a couple of years? Yeah, I'd love to know your comments on that. If you've made it this far, like I say, subscribe and give a like. Thanks very much, and see you very soon. Cheers, bye bye.